Hey guys, it's another evening of We Have Food at Home. So we're gonna make some pasta salad, deviled eggs, and barbecue ribs, all in the Instapot. I already got some water in the bottom of this Instapot, and I'm gonna put all these eggs in here. We're gonna pressure cook these on high for about 7 minutes. All right, so our eggs are done. So we're gonna release the pressure and take our eggs out and put them in this bowl of ice water. All right, let's get these out of here and put these in this ice water. A few of them bust, but that's okay because my daughter wants a couple just boiled eggs, so she can have some of those. Alright, we're going to rinse this pan out and we're going to add our pasta. Okay, so in here we have some cold water to about the halfway mark, and a little bit of salt, and we're going to add our curly twirly whirly pasta. And we're going to pressure cook this on high for 5 minutes. Alright, while our pasta's going, we're going to deshell these eggs. Alright, now that we got our eggs peeled and they peeled beautifully, we're going to prep some of them for deviled eggs and some of them for our pasta salad. So let's get started. For our deviled eggs, we're just going to cut them in half, and we'll put the yolks in a separate container, and we'll take about 5 or 6 of these or so and chop them up for our pasta salad. Alright, I have my eggs set aside for my pasta salad, and I want to show you guys how I do my deviled eggs. I do my deviled eggs in a bag. So we're going to take all of these yolks and pop them in a bag. Ziplock preferably. Alright, we're going to arrange these whites on this fine china here, so I can make the filling and fill them up. I was hoping I could squeeze them all into one plate, but I might not get that lucky. Trying to eliminate as many dishes as I can because I hate dishes. We're gonna do this somehow. We're gonna get them all in here. Alright. Our eggs are in here. Let's make our filling. Okay. You're gonna need some mustard. Some mayo. Salt and pepper. A little bit of pickle juice. Some people like to put in actual cut up pickles. My husband, I would not be like, my husband would not be a very happy man if I put pickles in his deviled eggs. All right, we're gonna seal this bag and we're gonna smash it all up. All right, once you have your filling to the consistency that you want, I've rolled it all down to the corner of a bag. And we are going to cut the tip of this and pipe the filling into these eggs. Yeah. Made a boo-boo. All right, now that we got them filled, our last step is paprika. Don't forget the paprika because your friends and family will let you know if you did forget it. I know from experience. Now we're just gonna pop these in the fridge while we prepare our other items for dinner. All right, we're gonna chop up these eggs for our pasta salad and we're gonna pop them into this mixer. Make it quick. All right, we got our eggs. We got a few bigger chunks, but that's okay. Next, we're going to take these homemade pickles and chop them up into a relish. It came out very pretty. We have a can of sliced black olives. And a Rand packet seasoning. All right, our pasta's done, so we are going to release the pressure. All right, we're gonna drain our pasta. That back in there because our ribs are gonna go in there next. All right, we're gonna add our pasta to our eggs and relish and black olives. Give that a nice mix. It really smells really good. All right. It doesn't really need a whole lot of saucy additives, but we're gonna add a little bit of mustard. About a tablespoon, maybe 2 tablespoons of mayo. Once I get this done, I gotta do these dishes. And some salt and pepper, of course. It's really good. Right. Now that this part's done, we're gonna pop this in the fridge as well and let it cool and let all these flavors incorporate. And a little bit later, once our ribs are done, I'll add some cheddar cheese. All right, I've washed my ribs. I'm drying them off now. We're gonna want to remove this silver lining. So I'm going to do that. You can get a fork and go down in between. And if you can hit it just right, it'll come up very nicely. But you don't want this on there. It doesn't make for very good eating. Let's get it off. Alright, let's season up our ribs. So first we're going to add some mustard. And also some spicy brown mustard. This will just hold, it's just a binder really to hold the dried seasonings on. Alright, we're going to put in some Kinder Sweet Heat. And then some Lover's Dry Rub Original. that to both sides to see. Alright, we're going to take these ribs, now that they're seasoned on both sides, and we are going to wrap them around our Instapot. It's okay if they kind of lean it down. There's a thing in there to keep it. Alright? Right, we're going to pressure cook these for 45 minutes. See you guys back in a little bit. Alright, our ribs are done, so we're going to pull them out of the Instapot. Maybe as best as we can anyway, without them falling apart. Let me get these out and put them on this thing, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so as you can tell, these are like fall off the bone. There's bones. Bones. Come right out. If you don't like your ribs this tender, don't pressure cook them for 45, go 30 or so to make them less fall off the bone, but I don't mind them this way. So now we're going to sauce them up, and we're going to put them in the broiler for 5 minutes on each side. Alright, we got a couple different kinds of barbecue sauce. We have a spicy barbecue sauce, some Sweet Baby Ray's. I'm just going to kind of use a little bit of different things, and a little bit of Arby's sauce. Alright, we're going to pop these in the broiler for about 5 minutes. While our ribs are finishing up in the broiler, we're going to add some cheese to that pasta. You know, just a generous amount. Mix that in there. Make a mess while you're at it. Let's plate it up on this fine china. You didn't see me cook these, but these are just ranch style beans. I just heated them. And some eggs. Pasta salad. And let's see if we can get us some rib here. It's gonna fall off the bone. Maybe not. Maybe not all the way. And of course we have a little bit of cornbread left. So we're going to pop that on there with some butter. And voila, dinner.